Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Calyx. I'm Becca Scott, and tonight I will be your keeper of arcane lore. I am so excited to introduce three amazing guests to you tonight, but before that, I have to tell you about the system because we are playing Call of Cthulhu. This is a system that's published by Chaosium, and Chaosium is our incredible sponsor tonight. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the system. So if you didn't know, but you probably already did, that Call of Cthulhu is the world's just best game of intrigue and mystery and horror. The mechanic is super simple. You're rolling D100s. Everything is a percentage, and you want to roll low to stay alive. But something that I really, really love about this system is just how deadly it can be. There are so many published scenarios within this world. Lovecraft Country is typically set in the 1920s, but I know there's Dark Ages systems. There are systems for like Victorian gas lamp era, and so many amazing things. It's perfect for a one-shot night or a horror night, or sorry, right in my face with the ring light. Okay, and there's just a full catalog of products on the chaosium.com website. They ship worldwide. And speaking of PDFs that they have available there, we're going to be giving away 5 copies of Deadlight and Other Dark Turns. And the scenario we're running tonight is in that book. Also, we have a How to Play from Good Time Society that we made about Call of Cthulhu just because I love it so much. And that was not sponsored. That was just for funsies. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the game. Let's introduce our incredible players. Coming up first, we have one of my favorite people to role play with. We really have hung out most over Zoom chat, over video role playing, and she's one of my favorite people to play with. Such a ball of light and energy, and you can find her everywhere. Let's welcome Aabria Iyengar. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
So good. So glad that you were playing Cass Silverfish Sterling this evening. Can you tell us, we'll quickly get to learn a little bit more when you're meeting the other characters, but just in a nutshell, what Cass is all about?
In a nutshell, Cass is a speakeasy owner, rum runner, prohibition era independent lady that don't need no man.
Yes. And how are you doing? I'm so glad to see you here.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm really excited for just like a super light, fluffy, fun game where nothing bad will happen. I didn't hear the intro, so
I may not have been specific enough in my emails.
Oh, I don't read.
Right. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe you'll be safe. Maybe.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's fine. This is fine.
Everything's gonna be fine. All right. So the world of tabletop was lacking for someone just really going out there and making comedy sketches about tabletop games, specifically ones where you pour a bucket of dice on your face or glue them on a mask and then, sing songs about it. And that would be my friend Paula Deming. Paula, what's up?
I did do that. I did wear a horrible mask with dice glued all over it. It hurt my nose. It made me claustrophobic. But you know what? We got the shot.
But you have really upped the bar with what tabletop sketches can be.
Thank you.
Things Get Dicey, your channel.
That's right. Yes. Sketch comedy about board games. Things Get Dicey. Check it out if you want.
Yes. And
Very different vibe from this.
No, not at all. It's the same. Paula, will you tell us just in also more nutshells, a little bit about Miranda May before we get into it here?
Miranda May is a former street urchin who was able to get out of her life on the streets because a mysterious wealthy benefactor came into her life, and now she just has money from that person. Where did it come from? I don't know. But so Miranda found a strange spyglass when she was young. Stole, and this wealthy benefactor showed up, said, "I want that, and I'll change your life if you give it to me." And that's happened. And now Miranda is an antiquarian, using her time and her mysterious resources to research strange, mysterious things. Trying to see if maybe she can find anything that made her feel as creeped out as that spyglass made her feel.
Ooh, always
She's
searching
tough.
for that greater creep. I love it. Well, we have one spot still to be filled, and filling it with some big, amazing shoes. One of my favorite people to play games with, an unmatched energy in all things she does, and some incredible voiceover achievements as of late. Find her in all kinds of video games. Erika Ishii!
What an intro. Thank you, Becca. It's so good to play with you again. I've missed this terribly. I've missed you terribly, and I'm so excited to join this amazing cast. Hello.
Well, that's exactly why I'm doing this, so I can make people that I love hang out with me and torture them a little bit. So thank you for letting me torture you.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
And give us the rundown on winter solstice.
Well, Winter Solstice is an artist extraordinaire, and she's the one that you go to if you need a job done, and done right, darling, for a price. Now, they say that, good artists borrow and great artists steal, so she's quite good at copying the masters, or emulating the masters, if you know what I mean. She lives the La Vie Boheme in a stunning little loft downtown with some of her dearest artistic friends. She is a frequently out of money. Cash is quite strapped all the time, darling, except when it comes to the latest fashions or when it comes to frequenting Cass's salon. But, be that as it may, what she does, she is the best at. Now, she's seen some things in her time, but it's best not to ask any questions about that sort of thing. Mobsters disappearing in portals. Mind your business is what I always say.
Absolutely. It's best to stay safe that way. All right, well, let's jump right into this. So the three of you are in an automobile on the road. You are heading towards a place called Newburyport in Lovecraft Country, Massachusetts. And you've been on the road for several hours, but are starting to lose your way. Who's driving?
It's probably Cass. I hired you. Your jobs are for later. For now, I get you here. You're my muscle. You're my brains.
Right.
And we have hooch to move.
I love it. I love it. Moving hooch on the road because, of course, you're located in Gloucester.
Yes.
Did I say that right? You said it right earlier.
We both said it right.
I think we are the locals in this scenario, and therefore it is however we say it.
That's right. That's what a local would say.
That is what a local would say.
So you're on the road. You've got a trunk full of some hooch samples heading up to Newburyport, but you've been driving for hours and it's getting a little darker outside. I mean, later on in the afternoon, it's still daylight, but these hills are just rolling. I think maybe Cass was taking what she thought was a shortcut, and now the road has turned into just a narrow dirt path. Not even two cars could pass each other here.
I gotta tell you, Cass, I'm getting a bad feeling about maybe we should turn the car back around and go back the long way.
Oh no, this is gonna pay off. You just gotta stay with me for a little bit longer, kids. I know exactly where I'm going. I remember this dirt road well.
It just doesn't really feel like a real road, if you know what I mean.
Miranda, I trust Cass with my very life. She's never steered us wrong before, has she, darling?
No, she knows how to take care of herself and others, that's for sure. But all right, I'm sorry I said anything. I'm sure you've got this, Cass.
Hey, no apologies needed. I appreciate an open and honest forum, but if someone wants to just check a map and see how we're doing,
I did. Winter, you brought the map, right? Because
yes, of course.
Okay, good. I was afraid we were going to have one of those moments.
Winter, you're going to take a look at the map. Perhaps you're riding up front and you check the glove box, maybe?
Yes.
All right. I want you to give me, what would that be? Map reading. I think that's a navigate roll. So give me a roll for your navigate. And then Cass and Miranda, can you each give me a spot hidden roll while Winter is checking the map?
No.
Well,
Rolling 2 dice, 2 d10s, and added together will make a percentile dice. On their character sheet, they have percentages written in many different skills, and you need to roll on or below the number written in your skill box in order to succeed at a given task.
and the little numbers in the brackets are the default then, yes?
Yes, great question. If you don't have anything particular written in a skill box, then just the base level that anyone would have, for example, for navigate, I think it's 10% written in parentheses. Yeah. So everybody has 10% in navigate, and if you have more skill on top of that, then it'll be written in the box next to it.
Cool.
So remind me again. So if I rolled 1 dice that says 60 and 1 dice that says 0, how do I put those numbers together?
That's a 60.
That is 60. That's not good enough.
Well, darling, I have no idea where we are, honestly. I've never been much good at reading maps. I'm terribly sorry.
Well, hold on. I rolled a 77. I need to get 75. Can I use 2 luck points?
Absolutely, you can.
Good.
Please mark that on your character sheet, your investigator sheet, that you go from whatever your starting luck was to, I believe, from 60 to 58.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Cass, you lean in and check the speedometer, and it's still stuck on full, but you haven't stopped at a station for hours.
We have been driving for quite a while. Agreed.
Yeah, we've been driving all day to get out here.
So either this hoopty's busted or, you know what? Nope, I'm just going to assume. And she just starts tapping it to see if it's going to like jiggle.
It definitely does jiggle. It wavers a bit and then immediately drops right to the E.
Oh,
And
dear.
you start to feel the car
Oh, my.
just running on fumes.
I gotta say, that is quite coincidental timing that you notice that this the gauge is broken just at the moment that we run out of gas and start coasting.
Huh. I hope you're not too uncomfortable back there. You're tall and you notice interesting things, don't you? And she sort of gives a dirty look to Miranda in the back.
She's like stretched out in the back, like across the seat, like with her legs stretched out, and she's like, I barely fit back here.
Well, I hope you're saving up your energy because you're going to have to push us, Paul Bunyan.
All right, you know I don't like when people make references to my height, but yes, I am happy. It's why you hired me. I'll get out and push the car. Wait, how far am I pushing the car?
All right, well, it has rolled to a stop, and you're just in the middle of this dirt path. It's really bucolic. There's tall trees all around, a nice breeze, and nothing in sight.
What if, instead of pushing the car, hear me out, because I don't know how far I'm going to have to push it. Maybe there's a house somewhere nearby. Maybe we can stop there and they'll have some gasoline.
Any port in a storm. I'm down.
I say it's worth a look. Is it quite dark?
It's not dark yet. No, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, I see. Well, is there anything useful in the glove box that we should bring with us?
In the glove box,
Besides the map, which, darlings, I just simply cannot read.
a useless map. It's not you, it's the map. Inside the glove box, you find a toolkit for helping change a tire. Has, well, the tire iron would be in the trunk, obviously, because it wouldn't fit, but you've got a socket wrench in there. But nothing else of use. Maybe a bottle of perfume.
Yeah.
A bottle of perfume, you say?
A nice one.
Well,
Cass, what are you even doing? You just have perfume in your car. I guess you want to be ready for anything.
Do you want the answer to that question, or do we want to go and find something before we lose light?
well, we have time for both now, don't we?
I agree with Winter.
And Winter takes the bottle along and is like,
Tell us on the walk.
And Cass goes into a big, ridiculous story about being on the roads when she got stuck in New York City one night and meeting like a bunch of famous performers at the Cotton Club. And people like that had just come in from Paris, and that Josephine Baker herself had given her this bottle of perfume and said, use it to like land your big fish. And that's when she got the motivation to start the Thirsty Fish, her bar. And it's this long, ridiculous tale that's too loud across this like very bucolic chill pasture.
Excellent. As you're all walking along, can I get a spot hidden roll to see, or perhaps a navigate roll if you have skill in that, to see if you find maybe a house sitting in the wilderness here?
Sure don't. I
Oh, wow.
don't know why we
that's-
haven't spotted anything yet.
That's quite a rousing success from Winter for Spot Hidden.
Oh yes, Winter can just sense that there is something happening down off to the right. You see, this is you, Winter. You see a winding path between some trees that's headed off towards a beautiful estate. In the Second Empire style, you spot it from this half-mile away.
Oh, what a beautiful mansion. Look, there's help up ahead.
And I
To
said,
think I just
Wrecker, I
laughed.
hardly know. Oh, okay. Amazing. Good eyes.
Awesome. I assume you approach the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the aim. I wonder, should we have brought anything with us? I don't want to assume. I can't help but assume that something might go wrong. I'm beginning to think I should have grabbed the tire iron as protection just in case. We don't know what we're walking into. So I just want everyone to just be on your guard. You never know when people will turn on you, all right?
Well, we've got the perfume, don't we, darling?
And I've got a little bottle of hooch on me, just to smooth things over if we need to.
And I,
Miranda,
Got
do you
my
want to run
fist.
back and grab the tire iron?
how far back is it?
It was only maybe 30 feet, and you have very long legs.
Yeah. Just wait right here. I am going to run back and get the tire iron.
All right.
Darling, you don't have to push the car all the way up the hill, but I'm not going to stop you.
All right, run back. Okay, I get the trunk, and I assume I just get the tire iron out of the trunk of the car. It's under the hooch, but I have no problem, obviously, lifting that up. Get out the tire iron. Go.
Yes, you can just take the tire iron.
it!
You roll for that.
And then I just like tuck it into my belt, so that it's not like I'm not brandishing it, but I got it.
All right, a little bit of stealth there, just in case you
Just
won't
a
alert
little.
anyone. All right, so as you approach the house, you see it has a garden out front that looked like it was once well tended, but has not been dealt with in some time. There's low hedges all around a circular road that encases the whole of the home, and it's deeply, deeply shrouded in heavy woods. You see a small sign as you started walking up the path that says Wayland Estate. A home in the middle and a few small buildings out behind.
It looks like perhaps they fired the gardener recently.
Does that name ring a bell?
You could roll for no. I think that would be using your education stat.
Okay.
I thought you were being sassy for a moment. You can roll for no.
I'm also Wayland. Is it?
I've never heard that name before in my life.
My
Alternatively,
goodness, it's a.
credit rating, which has to do with your status in society.
Ooh.
It is. That is quite a success there, I believe. It's like a 13 out of 85. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds like an
Wow.
extreme success.
Yes.
13 out of 85. Oh, yeah, that's an extreme success. So you'll see next to each skill or some of your skills, you'll see two smaller numbers. One is 1/2 of your skill, and one is 1/5 of your skill.
I see. So if it's under that, then it's an extreme success. Or
Exactly.
above that, it's a critical failure.
Right. If you ever roll 100 or a 96 to 100, it's considered a fumble, and 100 is a critical failure. A 1 is a critical success. All right. So sometimes I may ask for you to make a hard blank roll or an extreme blank roll if something is very, very unlikely that you'd be able to do that thing. And, sometimes if you guys just roll extremely well, we'll just add some extra flavor just for fun. So let's see. You were rolling to see if you know the Waylands, and yes, of course, you heard of an older man that lived here, maybe in his 50s or 60s, and he is well known for having a lot of money, but also he had a daughter, and he has a luscious library of great renown. There are people that come from all over the world, to pick his brain for his knowledge of the occult.
I actually think that this name rings a slight bell with me as well.
Yes. He had put out some calls recently, because you are an antiquarian, Miranda,
That's right.
and you have your connections to the world of artifacts and unusual goods. And he definitely has put out the word for some strange objects. You can't recall exactly what, but you've heard his name as someone who is looking for specific items in that world.
Yeah, I have heard this name. I know he's got a call out for some specific things, and I know I've been meaning to write down the list of those things and see if I can find them for him, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I cannot remember what he's looking for. But he's into some mess.
As you approach the house, it's, as I said, a Second Empire style, which is something I had to look up because it is so cool. So there's 2 stories, and it's got that sort of like the second floor is built into the roof and with a sloping roof and ornate, intricate balconies. There's a veranda up above and a veranda on the first floor as well, on the front and back of the house. And on top, there's what's called a cupola, just a little room with windows on all sides poking out. This might be Aabria's background right now.
Oh, I leaned the wrong way. No, yeah.
Of course, you're there in the daytime.
Miranda is a bit in awe of all of this because even though, I haven't lived like a street urchin in 10 years more, I still sometimes just get really blown away by people who have a lot of money. So, wow. This house.
Have anything you'd like to do? Would you like to look around the grounds? Or you can see several windows all around the house that are well lit. The curtains are open and seem to have the lights on inside.
Cass is going to sidle up to Miranda just as she sort of looks like surprised and gobsmacked and just goes, remember, wealth and money aren't the same thing. And if this lawn is any indication, we're probably dealing with the former, not the latter.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Thanks, Cass. Should we just go knock on the door, see if they've got any gasoline, or?
Might as well.
All right.
Let's go. And I'll take. Miranda's like, I'll take the lead. I was hired to be the muscle here, and it's my job to kind of protect a little bit. So I'll walk on up if it's all right with Winter and Cass. I'll walk on up to the door and knock.
That sounds about right. I don't mind doing the talking, though, if there needs to be anything smoothed over. I'm quite good with clients,
Yeah, and I'm fine if things need to get a little salty. But
I'm just happy standing in the back being not directly involved with this interaction.
Excellent.
A clever one, as always, Silverfish.
There's a beautiful mosaic door. It's got that Art Deco pieces of stained glass all fit together to create a beautiful pattern. And as you knock on it, inside you hear, I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment. Come in if you would be so good.
I think we just need to go in. Before we do, is there anything about the pattern in the stained glass that stands out as unusual? Or is it just a beautiful Art Deco design?
You can roll for it.
what would you what kind of a role would this be? Just Miranda's got her eyes peeled open. This is a guy in the interested in the occult
How
who
about
knows what he's got
appraisal?
hidden in his house.
Appraisal, or
Appraisal.
unless you're rolling specifically for occult information.
No, it's more of a. I guess it's more of an appraise. Nope.
This looks like the most incredible stained glass you've ever seen. You think, oh my God, they must be bajillionaires.
I think they actually do have money. Have you seen the stained glass?
This is a real swell place. You're right, Miranda.
Wow.
Do you open the door as you were invited to do?
Sure.
All right.
I'm gonna open it up.
You open the door and you see a hallway, a narrow hallway, wood paneled with dark wood flooring, and there's a beautiful, huge portrait of a landscape on one wall. You can see into some other rooms, and right in front of you, below a giant crystal chandelier, is a man standing on a ladder. An older gentleman wearing a cap and a jacket. And he's very well dressed, very well suited, and you can tell he looks like sort of a butler or a manservant type of garb.
Wow. Hello, sir. My name is Winter, and these are my friends, Cass and Miranda. We seem to have had some car trouble out there. We're looking for some gasoline, or at the very least, a telephone to maybe call for help.
Oh, yes. Come in, please. We haven't had guests at the Wayland estate in quite some time. And please, don't mind me. I'm just working here. And you see a beautiful young woman step out of a room where you can see panels of books behind her. Is there someone here, Jeremiah? Hello. Oh, hello. Welcome. Hello. I didn't know we had guests. She's very well dressed, very put together, blonde hair, big skirts, but dressed casually.
Well, we apologize for dropping in unannounced. You see, we've had some car troubles out front, and we're looking for some gasoline or perhaps a telephone to use.
Yes, of course. Well, we do have a telephone, but we don't receive visitors often. I wonder if perhaps you'd stay for a drink. Please, right this way. My father would love to meet you. And just as she says that, a gentleman, very well dressed in a waistcoat and a timepiece and a monocle, starts heading down the stairs. Ha! My dear, what do we have here? Hello, guests. Please, make yourself at home. We have few people neighbors that come to visit us here. I'm Augustus Wayland.
How do you do? I'm Winter Solstice.
Pleased to meet you, Cass Sterling.
Yes, he bows deeply and kisses each of your hands.
Well,
Lady Cass, Lady Winter, and you would be.
Miranda May. I thought for a second you were going to tell me my name. Like you already knew it, but you were just doing a dramatic pause. It's so nice to meet you, sir. I have a great interest in many of the things you yourself study, so this is quite the coincidence that we've ended up here.
He appears very taken aback. You know my work?
Well, yes, I myself am an antiquarian. I am fascinated by strange items, by history, by lore, and I am actually quite good at finding things for people who need them. Even if it doesn't seem that way, I'm just rambling. Winter, stop me from talking.
No, you're doing fine, darling.
There are many things on our estate that you will find of great interest. Please, all three of you, feel free to make yourself at home. Open any door, peek into any room. I just ask that you don't go upstairs. Of course, there's a water closet upstairs at the top of the stairs, but otherwise, there's just bedrooms up there, you understand. But please, the lounge, the library are open to any of these places. Let me see if Rosemary could wrangle you some drinks. Yes?
That sounds lovely.
This is incredibly kind. Can I do
Ah.
some sort of insight check on him? I don't trust this.
Sure. Absolutely. You could do a psychology.
Yeah, let's try that. I do not do it. Oh, 47. Ugh, so close. Nope.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have 37. No, pretty close. All right. Would anyone else like to look around or see if there's anything of interest here in the hall?
Right. Yeah. I'll look around in the hallway. Just see. Just take in everything. I'm always very aware of my surroundings.
Excellent. Give me a spot hidden roll.
I would love also to look around and just see if anything immediately stands out as the kind of item I would be interested in, something to do with the occult, anything to do with history or something strange or anything like that.
Sure. Give me a spot hidden.
42 out of 65. So that's a success, I believe.
Excellent. So you're looking around and you see this ladder, and Jeremiah's still on it. He's a little bit of an older man, so he's definitely struggling. Looks like he's only trying to change a light bulb. But then, Winter, you notice that there is some wiring that is disconnected on this chandelier. In fact, many wires seem to be disconnected, yet all but the one light he's changing are on and brightly lit. Miranda, how'd you do?
I did quite well. My good success is 25, and I rolled a 21. So not an extreme, but the
Hard success.
hard success. Thank you. I succeeded hard.
Miranda, you walk a little further down the hallway. On your left, you see a set of stairs leading up. You see a door that you assume probably leads to the basement below on the other side of the stairs. And then you see a phone on the wall. Then behind you on the other wall, that huge painting that you saw of the landscape, 15 more points. It's bucolic.
Wow, this painting is of such a bucolic landscape.
This is, you recognize that it is the landscape that you were driving past in the car just 10 minutes prior. But there's something else you notice when you look closer.
Is our car in the painting?
The light is getting dimmer, and you see just the tail end of the car. And you recognize Cassidy's plates. Can you please roll for sanity for me, Miranda?
Oh no. Yeah, I can.
You want to roll below your sanity.
I do the same thing. It's the same. These. Oh, come on. I don't think it's a. I rolled a 96, Becca.
Okay, well, the max damage you
This
were going
happened
to
so soon, so much
miss.
sooner than I could have predicted.
Don't worry, you were only going to take 1 point of damage, so please take 1 point of sanity loss. And describe to me your reaction. I mean, this is a painting of a car. It's not something more
My-
severe, but
Stomach kind of turns over, and I think about that feeling I had when I was a kid and I found that spyglass and I looked into it and I saw another dimension, and I had convinced myself that it wasn't real, but it made my stomach turn, like when you're like on a swing and you do a big drop down and your stomach drops. And I have that feeling right now, and the tiny bit of protection I've given myself to not believing that what I saw in that spyglass was real slips away just a little. That defense thins. And then I kind of shake it off and I'm like, no, surely that's not what I really saw. It says,
Aabria, you're not looking well. Excuse us. Can we go use the water closet? Just the three of us, really quickly. I need to make sure Miranda might be having one of her episodes.
Certainly, ladies. Jeremiah answers you from up on the step ladder as he's still trying to figure out this one bulb. It's just right up the steps, and you'll find it right in front of you and the landing there.
Great.
Okay, yes, Anne, you're always quite good at talking her down from all of these. Why don't you come with me?
Sure. What?
So we hustle in there.
Yeah.
Is it warm in here?
Not even a little bit. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Miranda, what did you see? And then I'll tell you what I saw.
That
What we see?
painting. Do you know how bucolic the landscape we drove through was?
Yes.
That painting is
Honestly, I would call it
identical-
idyllic, but
Yes,
sure, if
and
you call it's a word.
sure an identically idyllic. That is what we drove through. And I swear, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. I don't know. But I swear, our car is in that painting.
No. Okay. Maybe just a good landscape artist, and you got really swept up by the stained glass on the way in. There's no way
That's
that
true.
our car would be there. We could just, that's so easily verifiable. We could just go, but maybe, would you like a drink? And she pulls out her little hip flask and offers it to her. With
Yes.
bathtub gin.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cass.
Now, here's the thing, is that alone, that little piece of information might be something to brush off. However, they're changing the lights there. All of the wiring is disconnected, and yet the electricity is still running through all of them. There's something amiss here, and I've had experiences in my past that lead me to believe that perhaps there are things that science can't quite explain yet. Now, perhaps it doesn't do to look into them too well, but it would behoove us to be on our guard, as Miranda said. Perhaps we pretend to have our drink, we get the help that we need as soon as we can, we skedaddle.
Sounds
Just
good.
then,
That's right.
you hear a knock on the door to the water closet.
I put my hand on the tire iron. It's just on there. I'm not pulling it out. I've just got my hand on it.
Ladies, please won't you join us in the lounge? Sounds like the daughter.
We'll need a minute to freshen up.
Certainly take all the time you like, and please make yourself avail to any items you may find in there. We'll be down in the lounge when you come. Please join us. As you look around, you see that there is a spiral staircase actually in the bathroom.
What?
Can we see the top of it?
Yes, you can. If you peek around, it's a short level. Just at the top of, there's not much rafter in between. You can see two windows on a corner, and it looks like it was that cupola that was right on top of the house, just that one little room.
It's highly unusual.
Interesting.
They are just so friendly, aren't they? Is that
Yes.
weird? Feels weird.
They really want us to make ourselves at home. That's clear.
Cass, did you failed your psychology roll earlier, right? I didn't just skim over that?
Nope, super did. By a lot. Just
Cool.
so much.
Just want to make sure.
Okay, y'all tell me if I'm crazy. Should one of us climb up this ladder and look out these windows?
Might as well. I'll go check if the car is there, if the whole landscape's a painting now. And she just immediately starts going up.
I feel like
Weirded
Cass
out
is
and
making
angry
fun
that
of
she
me.
hasn't noticed.
Excellent. As you head up into the cupola, a feeling washes over you as soon as you step into the room, Cass. It's sort of a shiver down your spine. It feels unnatural, that sinking in the stomach that Miranda keeps talking about. Whichever she tells the story of the spy glass she found as a child, you feel
I
that.
love talking about it.
You feel that in this room. Do you want to look out the windows?
Yeah, I think she sort of looks, it's a window in every cardinal direction, yeah?
Yes.
She's going to try to look towards where she remembers the car being. See, I don't know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's the south window. The south window is the door where you came in,
Yeah.
which Winter didn't refer to that map very well, so you just assume it's south. You're not quite sure. And yes, you can see your car sort of between some trees and out. It was pretty far away. You saw that long winding driveway, but it seems to still be there.
Okay. I'm just, she is very concerned about the large cache of illegal goods in the back of her car. Yeah, and then she goes and just peeks out of each of the windows.
All right. Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Yeah. Ooh, I got a 4.
Ooh.
That is an extreme success. As Cass looks out the east window, you see a flower bed and what looks to be a garage, slightly to your right, behind the house a little bit. And then if you lean way out, or you turn and look out the south side, you can see a little well house with a tiny little bucket on the side. And out of the corner of your eye, when you're looking at the well, you look back on the flower bed, and there's a long shadow coming from what looks like near the house, cast out over the flower bed. And it looks like something hunched over with just, it's a long stretched shadow. But it's sort of moving with a lurching gait. If you look down, you don't see what's casting it.
Is the car still there?
Yeah, the car's still there. And she immediately, she pulls off her heels to, run down those couple stairs really quickly. And she's kind of waggling her shoes frantically, I don't like it here at all. We need to go.
Just
We need gasoline let's get the gasoline and get out.
Okay.
Maybe we don't stay for a drink. Let's just get the gasoline and go because we can't leave without it. I can only push the car so far.
There's something out there that's not casting a shadow. And you saw a thing, and I saw a thing, and they're too nice.
As you open the door to the bathroom, Veronica's just standing right there. Ladies, please, I'm so sorry if we seem pushy at all. My father is so excited to talk to someone who's heard of his work. Your name was Miranda, I heard?
Yep, sure is. Yep, and I'm just gripping the tire iron in my hand. It's still in my belt. I haven't pulled it out, but I'm still just gripping I'm white knuckling it. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Miranda's not feeling too well, and it's best that we be on our way quickly and not inconvenience you any further.
Oh,
Yeah, you
please.
got any gasoline?
I'm sorry, just let me say, everyone my father brings by the house is absolutely stuffy to the gills, and I just need some younger people around the house. I'm sorry if we're coming on too strong, but
No, not at all, not at all.
we'll find. You said you were out of gas. We
Yes,
can find
please.
something, I'm sure.
Thank you.
None of us really leave much, but I'm sure there's something in the garage, or just come into the lounge for a moment. And she starts heading down and ushering you. Do you follow?
Before we do, I stop. I turn around and go, none of them really leave much.
Yeah. Best you can do is buddy up. And Cass is going to loop her arm. She's going to hook arms with the daughter and just be friendly. I don't know if this is going to help. It's a new strat.
She graciously takes your arm and leads you down.
I will take the cue from Cass and relax my hand off of which you couldn't even see, but I was doing.
Noticed that you had put your hand on the tire iron.
Okay.
I checked.
Thanks.
Okay. As you head into the lounge, Cass, it's a stunning room, ornate, just bright white walls with huge portraits of people of the house. You immediately recognize some of them. You recognize Augustus, you recognize Veronica, the daughter, or the one who's linked arm in arm with you. There's a piano in one corner. There are 4 long sofas and a coffee table in the middle and a fireplace hearth and another incredible chandelier.
And all of this looks well maintained.
It does, yes.
So it's a big contrast to outside. It's a little more.
Outside, wasn't horrible, but it just seemed like there hadn't been much gardening in a bit.
Gotcha. Okay. So you have an amazing home, Veronica. Truly. I understand why you wouldn't want to leave much.
Yes, well, it's mostly just study for my father and I.
Oh.
In fact, well, I'm preparing for something quite miraculous, some would say.
As you'd say.
What is that?
Well, just then, someone who's in a traditional maid's uniform comes in, and she has a tray, and it's just got one drink on it. You see Augustus, the gentleman who introduced himself as Augustus Wayland earlier, as he came down the stairs. He's sitting in front of the fireplace. You hadn't noticed him before. And she brings the drink over to him. It looks like just a tea, and she hands it to him. Thank you, Rosemary. My favorite. And he smells it. Rosemary comes over to the three of you and says, "What would you like to drink?"
Rosemary,
Yes.
what we need is some gasoline. Our car has run out of gas. We are stuck here. And you can get us a drink, that would be lovely. But also, would be great if maybe someone else, maybe Jeremiah or someone else who works here, maybe could go out to the garage and get us some gasoline or something. We'll just be on our way. We don't want to, bother you too much or anything. It would be great.
Miranda has weak nerves, and she really must be on her way.
I can understand that. I too sometimes have weak nerves. Perhaps a tonic.
Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
Anything for anyone else?
Oh, just some water would be amazing. Thank you.
Water. Yes, we have it. And for you?
Oh, none for me, thank you. I appreciate it, though.
Nothing?
No. I couldn't possibly.
All right. She turns and she walks out. I don't think she's looking for gasoline, but it seemed like she was going to take your drink orders.
I don't think she is. I don't think that worked.
I'm sorry, Miranda, was it? Please sit by the fire with me. In front of the fireplace. It's a little offset from the sofas.
Sure.
One big chair that he's sitting in.
Great. I'll come over. There, I give a look to Cass and Winter, and I'm like, keep an eye on things. But I'm gonna try and do the strategy of being nice. Sure, Mr. Wayland. Thanks.
Do you travel much in these parts?
Oh, no, actually, don't normally. I'm here with Cass helping her out on a job. I normally stay in the city. I'm a lot more comfortable there.
I couldn't imagine that life for myself. I find a life of quiet study in the woods suits me just fine.
Yeah, well, actually, I heard that you were on the lookout for some specific items, and as you know, I sometimes I'm good at getting those kinds of items for people. If you what are you looking for? I could make a note, and maybe when I get back into the city, I could look for those things for you.
Well, it's funny that you should ask. I was looking for a book in particular, but I found
many people are. Oh, you found it.
Oh, yes. A purveyor of fine goods and rare items came to me, and he had exactly what I was looking for. His name was Lester Goodman.
Lester.
Yes.
Do
you know him?
Good question. Do I recognize this name as someone else who's in the similar field as I am, or?
You can give me either a no roll, which is your KNOW.
Give me a no roll.
Or your credit rating. I'll let you choose.
Probably gonna go with credit rating. Where is my A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J?
Your credit rating is in the first column.
I'll do credit rating. I was looking for no, but I don't.
Oh, it's just your education value. Sorry, just written. Your 4 characteristics are at the top of the sheet, and
copy.
Also gonna.
I'm definitely doing a credit rating because it's a little bit better.
I just succeeded for an education. Ready for no.
Ooh, if you've heard of Lester Goodman.
Yes.
I rolled a 57. I need a 50. I'm going to spend 7 luck points.
Actually,
Smart.
you succeeded, but you're welcome to.
I succeeded.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Okay.
I should save those luck points. I'll be like, oh, no, I don't. I don't mingle too much with other, with the competition.
Winter, you have heard the name Lester Goodman just once. An item was brought to you for your appraisal because, of course, you are an expert forger and counterfeiter. So if someone were to determine whether an item were real or not, you would be the one to ask. And sometimes people just bring things to you just for your appraisal skill.
I mean, I've done it.
Exactly.
You always bring me the most interesting things.
Oh, thank you.
And once an acquaintance of yours, someone you know well, brought to you an item and said, this painting was acquired from a man named Lester Goodman. And you knew it to be the real McCoy. It was a classic painting. It was Van Gogh. I don't know, was that? Yeah, he was shit. Was he 1920s? I don't know.
Seems fine. You're good.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I believe so.
Well, I have heard that name before. I hear that Mr. Goodman's quite the connoisseur of art.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, indeed. He is a fine man. He gave me exactly what I was looking for. The book of the sacred magic of Aabria the mage.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Aabria the mage.
Yes, he had a rare copy. It really rounded out my library.
I would like to look at the bookshelves, please. What are the books on the shelves, please?
Sure. There are no bookshelves in this room, but you did see Veronica earlier step out of a room that you saw.
Oh,
bookshelves
that's
behind
right.
her, out through the hall and down the hall, straight ahead.
Oh, I gotta get out of this grip.
The only person in the room at the moment, because Jeremiah is off around the house and Rosemary was getting beverages, Veronica did lead you in here, and she's still locked arm in arm with you. But Augustus has his back turned to you.
I would absolutely love to see a library of this caliber.
Stop right there. I am
Surely won't.
sure that anyone would care to see our library. It is all I ever want to do. And she rushes you in there.
Oh.
And you see floor to ceiling, aside from a window cut out in the east wall, every other wall is full of books. And this is a large room. You see mahogany bookcases. Everything seems leather bound, seems to be of a very high quality edition on all kinds of different topics. And there's a central
And future music. I love it.
Everyone
here.
roll a sanity check.
sanity check right now. They just hear modern music coming out of everywhere until Veronica just screams. It stops. Anyway, my library. Literally, I had an alarm set for right now. Don't know why. Not even left it off silent.
I live by that.
Library, books, floor to ceiling. There's a central table with very comfy, cozy chairs all around it, and some books open on the table. You see, we have quite a collection. My father and I, of course, he started it before me, and with my mother, Evangeline, before I was born. And, oh, she's passed now, but it's quite all right. I never actually met her. And she's just going on, talking about all the books on every wall.
I'm trying to lead her closer to the open book so I can get a glance at whatever she was looking at last was.
To the open books on the table?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Unless you're going to sit down and really pour through them, if it's just a quick check, then it's not hidden. Or, in fact, a library use would be fun.
Ooh.
And then, Miranda, we'll come back to you in just a moment as you were
Sure.
speaking with Augustus. Winter, did you stay in the lounge?
I am following surreptitiously behind Cass and Veronica.
Excellent. Just sort of lingering in
Just sort
hallway.
of, by all appearances, casually strolling along behind them. But yes, I'd also like to take a look. Like, do I notice patterns in the kinds of books or specific sections or anything unusual in the books?
Sure. Give me a library use roll. Cass, how'd you do?
I rolled a 98. I'm very bad at this.
Rosemary comes in behind you, and you don't notice her as she has her tray. And as you turn abruptly, she drops the tonic and the water she had brought in, and
My
it spills all
tonic!
over one of the books on the table, just dousing it in water.
Oh no! I go over and I attempt to sort of clean them, but while I'm doing that, what do the books?
It's me. This is my fault. I shouldn't. No, please, beg my pardon. I'll get something. And she rushes out of the room, Rosemary, to get a towel or another drink.
Yeah, I take them and I start trying to air them out and dry them. But what are they? What do we see? What do I see?
You see, all of the books on the table are religious texts. Oh, were you successful in your spot hidden?
I was not. No.
That's all.
What?
And you critically failed. So yeah, as you're shaking out the books, the page that it was open to seemed ruined. And there's so much hubbub of Veronica trying to also help clean, and maybe it's best if we head back to the lounge with beverages. Rosemary, I love you, but please never bring a beverage into my library again.
I'm so sorry. She's so quiet.
She is. She really can sneak up on you. All right, let's head back. Bounce on over to Miranda in the lounge. Miranda, you were speaking with Augustus.
Mr. Wayland, as someone who deals in, strange, interesting items, I'm always very curious what exactly appeals about these items to my customers. It helps me in finding other things that might interest them. And so if I may ask, what is it about this particular book, this Aabria the Mage, that struck your fancy?
He starts to chuckle with a deep rumble, and he's puffing on his cigar. Then he leans forward and sets it into the ashtray on the small table in between him and the fireplace. Yeah, he does blow smoke right in your face, Miranda. Miranda, I am so glad you asked. Have you ever wondered what it would look like to see proof of the divine?
Funny, actually, that you should ask me that. Sometimes I think maybe I have.
Really? Tell us more.
Well, once, just as a kid, I looked into this spyglass and I saw some things that I can't explain, and I don't know that they were exactly divine, but they made me feel weird. And I've kind of, maybe they weren't even real, I don't know, but sometimes I think maybe it was a glimpse of something,
Yeah. Can you roll for a persuade or maybe a fast talk?
Yeah. I think I will do a fast talk. Come on. I can't remember if this is good or bad. I rolled a 10 and a 0.
Is
that 100?
No, that's a critical fail.
Oh, I'm so bad at reading the percentile
lie
dice.
to me, girl. Listen to me. Listen. And he stands up, but he's like a good 5 inches shorter than you.
I'm not lying. I look down at him. I'm not lying. This happened to me.
Dare come in my home and tell me about supernatural things that aren't true.
No, look, I know that maybe I'm not the most appealing person to look at, but that doesn't mean I'm automatically shouldn't be believed when I tell you about an experience that I had.
Right. Certainly. Pardon me. I somewhat get worked up.
Sorry, me too.
Asking about my deepest passion. In fact, I wonder if sometimes it was my love of all things dark and inhuman that originally caused my wife Evangeline's death. And he gestures above the fireplace, and there's a woman in a beautiful white gown, just angelic looking,
She's
above you.
okay. Miranda's gonna try and salvage this. She's real pretty.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry for your loss.
You rolled a 10. Sorry. Chad is correcting me. Putting together a 10 and a 0 or a 0 and a 0 and a 0 that makes sense when I see the dice rolled. That was an incredible roll. And he feels very bad for yelling at me.
I can't read them either. It's confusing for me. So
Yes, just basically replace the 0 on the tens digit with the ones digit. But if they're all 0, that's a 100. Sorry about that. He loves this spyglass after further reflection, and he tells you more about the things that he loves.
I defended myself and convinced him that I wasn't lying. This was real. This is a real thing that happened.
Yes. I mentioned to you another purveyor in your line of work, then perhaps you've come across him or your friend had.
Mm-hmm.
This Lester Goodman, he came to me. Not only did he bring me the book, but an incredible lamp.
A lamp?
Well, it is just a lamp. It was more the book that I think was most helpful to me in my doings.
Well,
but it's beautiful, and I was
so many
told
questions.
that people who had performed the Aabria operation to success in the past had also owned this lamp.
Mr. Wayland, I don't want to presume, but I think the dead are dead for a reason. I am presuming I'm being dramatic. I don't know what the Aabria operation is, but I assume you want to bring your dead wife back, right? So let's get down to it. Where are my friends? I have gotten myself into a pickle I don't know how to get out of. Mr. Wayland.
And they're ushered back in by Veronica, who was not very happy with all of the water that was spilled all over. Wait, hold on. In my misinterpreting tens as 100s, Aabria, did you roll a 10 earlier?
No. I rolled a 98.
Okay, just
Don't worry. It was real bad.
I'm just going to give you guys horrible results to everything you do.
Talk about a railroad and GM.
All right. Well, that being the case, then of course Cassidy was ushered back into the lounge to finish her water, and Rosemary has handed off you the water and brings Miranda a tonic.
Thank you.
Girl, you misunderstand me.
Oh, I probably do.
No. I am searching for my guardian angel. And perhaps if I can prove that life beyond our life does exist, then, well, perhaps in another life or after this one, I'll meet my Evangeline again.
Perhaps you will. Would you be so kind, Mr. Wayland? I'm sorry I've had 2 outbursts already. I'm just not used to being in such a nice house. Would you show me the lamp?
Perhaps after dinner. It's upstairs, and, well, we're having a dinner party. You'll stay, won't you?
What?
Oh,
We really must be going.
we would love to stay. I'm so sorry. Business presses. You know how it is.
Well, feel free to use the phone in the hall if you must.
Oh,
Can someone give me a spot hidden roll?
Anybody? All of us?
Anybody?
Sweet. 37.
Cass, you look at the cigar he's puffing on, and then he sat down in this ashtray. There is no ash in that tray, and the cigar doesn't seem to be burning down at all.
I think I rolled a 7.
Oh, nice.
Which would be an extreme success.
Oh.
That's amazing. Okay, Paula, you're just sort of, sorry, Miranda, you're just looking around the room and you notice a bust in the north-facing window of this room.
Mm-hmm.
It's facing the window, and
That's interesting.
yeah, it's very strange. Why would a bust be facing away from the center of the room?
Well, the sculptor gave her a real nice hairstyle, but you can only tell from
It's
the
actually
back.
him.
Well, then that is not true.
From the back, it looks exactly like Augustus.
Got a real nice fade. We want to appreciate.
I have a hard success for spot hidden.
Same.
Winter, you head over to this bust on a pedestal outside the window, and you give it a good look. You notice there seems to be a thin layer of black paint covering the whole sculpture. And if you scratch off a tiny piece underneath, you see lead. Or what you can only assume, based on your knowledge of appraisal, you know that's what metal it is. And similarly notice it's strange that it's facing out the window.
Can I look and see if it looks like it's like, if I look out the window, does it look like it's looking at something? Like, what is its gaze toward?
Sure. All right. Do you want to go over and then you sort of like go around it and look it up and down? And then
Yeah, I want to like kind of see like, yeah, if I put my eye line about where its eye line was, what would I see?
Excellent. Okay, so you just walk away from Augustus, who
I go, just yeah, sorry,
and you go over to the bust and just duck down so your eyes are right over the top of the statue. It just seems to be facing due south. But if you go around to the other side and you look closely at the front of the statue, you see something scratched into the necktie of the bust. Oh gosh, I'm never going to learn how to scroll. There we go.
What is that, a CM?
It looks like a strange symbol with like a
Some
curve
sort of-
and then
I see.
and stark points and sharp lines in between.
Kind of okay. Okay, I'll notice that. I'll go back over to Augusta. I'm so sorry. I just was fascinated for a moment by your bust, looking out the window, and thought maybe it had a nice view.
It is nice. My daughter Veronica
Bucolic.
placed that there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, please feel free to look around. Did you
Cass
see
is
her in the
flipping-
library?
Cass is slipping out, by the way, to go use the phone.
Excellent. All right. Cass, let's have you try the phone.
Yeah, she.
It's in the hallway right at the base of the stairs.
Let's Eddie, please.
Gloucester.
Gloucester. I'll connect you. What location?
Would he be at the Thirsty Fish? He's always there. The Thirsty Fish. 21984. I don't know how many numbers to say. 3. 3 is enough. That's it.
I'll connect you.
You hear a strange buzzing and then a click, and the line goes dead.
Jerry? Did Jerry hang up on me? And I go and like hang it up and then pick it back up again and kind of hit the.
Let's Eddie, please.
Sorry, Gloucester, Massachusetts.
I see that your nearest town is Rowley. Should I connect you with whatever's there?
You know what? Sure, Rowley it is. Can I get a garage? Thank you.
The line just clicks.
Oh my God! I hate whoever this is.
Jim's General Store.
Oh, there we go. Hi. Not quite what I. Hello. Hi. My name is.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Cassidy Sterling. I You are not a garage, but that's honestly fine. Do you know someone that can come tow a car at the Wayland Estate?
The Wayland Estate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. That's not too far from here. Maybe about 20 miles.
20 miles?
Yeah, from the store here.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine.
But we don't have a tow truck here. We're just a general store. Oh, maybe I could, yeah. I got a cousin. His name's Bradley. He's got a tow truck.
I would love if I will give you money to call Bradley, both of you, to come get my
Sure,
car.
I like money. You're speaking my language. What kind of car troubles you got?
I'm out of gas, so if you could bring gas or a tow truck, just please come.
Sure. Oh, well, gas seems, yeah. Well, we can help you out. You're at the Wayland Estate?
Yep, still there.
I think it'll be, 2 hours or so.
Oh, whew, couldn't I? You sound like a man that likes a good stiff drink at the end of the day. Am I wrong?
No, well, that stuff's illegal, you know.
It's so illegal, I know, but we like what we like and we want what we want. And
Boy, don't I know it.
I would love to see a bottle of the devil's own water in your hands if you can cut that down to an hour, my good man.
The whole bottle? How big is yeah, well, I'll tell Bradley and we'll get on over there. So I'll close down the store for, whole bottle? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2 bottles. Come on over. It'll be a whole.
Wow, you're telling me. All right. I'll get you that to the Wayland Estate. You know, they're teetotaling over there, but don't let them know.
Oh,
Anyway,
good to know.
we'll head on over, me and Bradley.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Jim's General Store.
Oh, yep, Jim. I cannot wait to meet you. Hurry,
A
please.
real sultry, sassy voice. Let me just say that right now.
The voice isn't where it stops. Please hurry. Oh, I have to go. And she just hangs up the phone.
Excellent.
And then heads back on into the lounge.
They said they'd be here in an hour.
Yep.
But you do notice that it is getting quite dark outside. Darker than it should be for, 5 o'clock, is it? 5:30?
Yeah.
Strangely dark. It's almost as if a whole cloud was over the entire estate. Would anyone like to explore anywhere else? Or Miranda, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know that it's appropriate necessarily for me to just like start running off and looking for this symbol, like specifically, but is it possible that as I just notice other things in the house that I would be keeping, can I keep a specific eye out for this symbol that I saw on the bus? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you want to keep an eye out for something similar or
Like-
to do with...
Yeah, is it anywhere else?
Maybe I'll let you know when it's a good time to make a spot hidden roll.
All right, great.
That's a fair
Just
ask.
know that I'm keeping it in my brain. I'm just looking anything new I look at. I want to specifically know.
That symbol.
You would tell me. It's fine. Yeah. It's
Well, you can roll for an idea roll if you're ever stumped, which is your intelligence level.
Ooh.
Mr. Wayland, would you be willing to show me this book that Lester Goodman brought you? Or the lamp? Were we gonna go look at that lamp?
In due time, my dear. You must stay for dinner, though, in the meantime. We're having some fine guests, truly knowledgeable people in the occult. In fact, I have many occult books that I think you may want to take a look at.
Well, we'd love to have a little tour.
Excellent, excellent. Just then, he's leading you across the hallway and into the library. But as you're walking out into the hall, the door to the basement just slams abruptly shut.
Okay, sorry, it startled me. My nerves.
Oh, Miranda, how are you feeling?
Not amazing. I'll say it, not amazing. I thought I was going to get some tonic.
Did you get anybody on the line cast?
Yes. We an hour. We will be taken care of by Jim and Bradley.
Fantastic.
Miranda, as you say tonic, Rosemary had dashed out with a towel and just turns on her heel and goes back into what looks like the kitchen, going back through the library. It's sort of railroad style. There's the hall, the library, and the kitchen beyond. And she calls, I'm just in here. Feel free to step on in and I will give you a tonic. Oh, please pardon me. I'm just in the middle of cooking for the big dinner.
Oh, excuse me a moment. I'm gonna go. I believe I do want a drink order. I'm gonna go follow Rosemary. I'll be right back.
Excellent. Erika, you step into the kitchen and it has modern appliances. It's a lovely kitchen. On the stovetop, there are 2 huge pots that seem to have something bubbling inside. And there's a central island counter with sort of meat and vegetable cut-offs next to a cutting board. And an unused tea kettle that seems to be dry and turned upside down beside the sink. Rosemary is at the stove, just stirring slightly.
As I pass by the sink, I'd like to take a look at the kettle.
Sure. You just like touch it or pick it up?
Yeah. If her back is to me.
Oh yeah, she's not paying any attention to you.
Okay.
Just a minute, dear. I just need to stir this, and it's cold.
Interesting.
Could I get you a beverage?
I'd love some tea, Rosemary, please.
Tea.
What?
Just tea? Excellent.
Yes. Whatever kind that Mr. Wayland had. He said he was quite fond of it. What was that one?
Tea. Wayland tea. We're all out of tea. I'm so sorry. I've forgotten. Mr. Wayland must have had the last of the tea. Yes. Could I get you anything else?
Do you have anything stronger?
What do you imagine?
You know,
I could rustle up something. If do you have a specific drink that you?
whatever. Maybe list off some options. I mean,
There's coffee and there's tea and there's water.
you said there was no tea.
Like there's no tea. But maybe I'll find some in the storeroom. She turns and goes into a room, leaving the bubbling pots with just a wooden spoon still in it.
I'm gonna look in the pot.
Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Oh God, what's in there? Oh God,
What's in the pot?
what's in the pot?
Success. It's a straight success.
You smell it and you feel the heat of the bubbles bursting, and it's got a red sauce and vegetables and meat that you see. So you take the spoon just to give it a little stir, as anyone would when someone walks out of the room while they're cooking stuff. And 2 rats scurry up. You hear them before you see them, but they burst up out of the water and scurry down the side of the pot, off the stove, and into the storeroom where Rosemary had gone. Can you please roll for sanity?
Okay, I made it.
You rolled below. Okay.
I rolled below, yeah. 32 out of 45.
Excellent. You don't take any sanity loss, but that was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Here we are, more tea. Yes, I'll fetch it for you. And she doesn't seem to see the tiny paw prints that are all through where she had just come out of and back towards the stove. She comes over, she gives it a stir, and then she sets the kettle to fills it up with water and starts setting it to boiling for you. Let's see, Miranda. Cass, you were on the phone. Miranda, you had just checked out the statue. Does anybody want to check out? Oh, you were heading.
We
to
were
the
beginning
library.
to go into the library, I think, yes?
Excellent.
Those of us?
Yes, there are many wonderful books. Please feel free to read. I'm actually going to put on some finery. I have a new waistcoat I'd like to try on before our guests arrive.
Great. I will take advantage of this opportunity to be in this room alone. Or just us. So, yes, I can't wait to see what you put on, Mr. Wayland.
Yes, I should dress too. Veronica was actually in there. She had never left.
Veronica, also
She
you.
follows her father upstairs to dress for dinner.
Great. Okay. We just need to play it cool until Bradley and Jim get here.
Yes, 1 hour. We just have to get out of here. The cigar. Don't mention alcohol at all.
At that point, I have left the kitchen. I've scurried out of the kitchen, and I come. Then I burst in. I'm like, just more weirdness. Rats in the cooking. Do not eat the food. Do not eat the food tonight.
Oh, great.
We are not going to be here long enough.
Listen, here's also another thought that I had. He said they have guests coming for dinner. If we could sneak out, we might be able to steal one of their cars. I know how to do that. So maybe we could leave that way. It's just a thought. I just want to put it out there so that we're all ready. If I give this signal, if I tug on my ear, that's the signal to go and jump in a car of a guest.
Okay, how about a word too, just in case we need to break out,
Okay, how about what if we use your silverfish?
Perfect.
I'll tug and silverfish.
Silverfish it is, okay?
Fine. Great.
Does anybody want to give me a library use roll?
Yeah.
While you're here, alone in the library?
Yeah.
Okay. No drinks around?
No,
Nah.
it's a straight failure.
I just rolled a 9. I'm on a roll. That is a hard success.
Excellent. All right. Miranda.
Antiquarian coming out to play here.
Yeah, your engineering skills are showing up. And you notice that near the entrance to the library, there is a shelf that says magic squares, and it's got all kinds of thin little books and different sort of planetary based names, something for Saturn and Jupiter and Mars. And there's one book that looks particularly less dusty than the others. And
someone's been reading this one.
you grab it, and as you open it, you see what you know with your knowledge of the occult to be a camea. Now, this is a number system. It's a code system. This is a grid of numbers. And it's 3 by 3. Every direction adds up to 15. There's also a code here that seems to correlate letters to numbers.
Okay.
And this might be in your email inbox.
Oh, yeah.
When I press send.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know exactly what it means, but it seems to be bookmarked heavily and dog-eared, which seems like something they would never do to their pages.
This is important. I'm going to call over. Cass, Winter.
Yeah.
Look at this weird thing I just found.
I don't
I'm going to show it to them. Does this mean anything? I'm not sure what it means. I might be able to figure it out. Does it mean anything to either of you?
It's a code.
Can you give me an intelligence check, any of you? Miranda, did you tell your friends when you found something strange about the bust?
I didn't. So I fail that roll.
I success. I got an idea roll.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Winter knows from all of her studies with recreating penmanship and different types of ways that artists traditionally have embedded mysteries within their paintings and meanings behind them, and knows that sometimes an artist or other people interested in planets and astrology will use this code with a line drawing that has a circle showing where the pattern starts and correlation between numbers and lines to denote a sort of code.
Did you tell us, Miranda? Miranda did not tell us about.
I've not told you about the bust, but I will. While we're all standing here looking at something, where I go, oh, also. That bust we were looking at, Winter, that the weird one that's looking out the window, scratched into it is this weird symbol. It's like this tail and then like an M.
Like something like maybe that could trace. Can you point to the numbers here and see and trace out what you saw?
Ooh, good luck.
I would love to say that I could do that.
Just then, Rosemary comes into the room and she has Winter's tea.
Can I try to intercept Rosemary? I want to buy time. She is everywhere I need her to not be right now.
Oh, good. Yes.
Hello. God, you're so sneaky. You know what? I would love to take this tea. Thank you so much. And can
I wonder if you could do me one more favor?
Oh.
I haven't seen Jeremiah in quite some time. Perhaps he had gone looking for your gasoline can?
Oh, last I heard, yeah, he was outside, headed down. He said he was something about stopping by the garden and then checking for gasoline. I think I saw, and I want to try to shove her back outside in the direction and just start lying about the outer landscape that I saw up from the cupola.
Are you up from the cupola? Oh,
so
okay.
I have a little bit of a layout of what the outdoors looks like. So I wanted to name drop a couple of the things that I saw there. And just, he was out by the, he's mentioned something about a big oak tree. He had to go do something out by that that direction.
By the tree? How strange. And she goes up to the window in the library, and there is a lectern right in front of that window. So she has to sort of lean over it. It seems that the lectern, the place where you would stand behind it, is in towards the center. And then on the outside of it, it's pointing out the window. And it seems like there's an ornate carving on the outside of the lectern.
Yeah. What's on the front of the lectern, Becca?
It's an eagle. There is an eagle carved on the front of the lectern, and I have a pretty picture for you right here.
Oh.
Yes, also facing out. This one's out the east window.
Interesting. So we got Iron Dude out the south window.
He's a lead boy. Yes.
Thank you, lead. Iron, lead. That's the same metal.
Okay. So what's this eagle? What is this lectern made out of?
It's made out of something extremely heavy. It seems that the material that the eagle is made out of is different than the rest of the structure. Seems to be out of a sort of metal where the rest of it is made out of wood.
I'm going to pretend as Rosemary, I'm so sorry, as Rosemary is leaning and looking, I'm going to pretend to trip and drop and shatter the tea.
Oh,
My
Rosemary.
God, I am just the biggest
I knew it. This is my fault.
Butterfinger. It's not your fault. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to pretend to like back away and go and investigate the eagle more.
Sorry, I'm such a klutz. It's just because I'm a perfectionist.
And she rushes off towards the kitchen and screams bloody murder. You hear her, no, not again. And you see blood splash back in across some of the library books. From the angle you're at, you can't see what's happening in the kitchen, but it sounds like a stab is something is stabbing repeatedly into her. You hear that sickly
Into her?
splash into Rosemary.
Jessica,
Screaming.
Cass, you did this by dropping the tea again.
Yeah, I'm going to go slam the door shut. Whatever it is, it's her problem and not our problem.
And just as you do that, we are going to take our mid-show break. We will be back in 10 minutes with more of our story on the Calyx.
Oh my God. Rosemary.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Calyx. Oh, thank you so much for sticking around with us, everybody. Just want to thank our sponsors one more time. We're sponsored by Chaosium Inc., who makes Call of Cthulhu. And just want to tell you not too much about the scenario we're running, but I will tell you that this is a published Chaosium a scenario that we are playing through right now, and it might be in this little book right here, Deadlight and Other Dark Turns, which is available on chaosium.com. And we are giving away 5 free PDFs of this in our Twitch chat this evening if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, you can still go to chaosium.com. And so this can be played either with the Keeper rulebook, if you're gonna do extra credit, or oh my gosh, you see how embarrassing, you can see all my little post-its in there, or just the starter set. The starter set is actually incredible. It's a box set with 3 little booklets in it. The first one is a solo adventure, so if you're playing in quarantine times and you want to learn the system and maybe prepare to run it for your friends someday, this would be a really good little starter set right there. So again, that's called Deadlight and Other Dark Turns. And these scenarios, they're super, super good for one-shots or more than one-shots if you want to put them in a larger campaign. And or you can just always do a little sidetracked scenario when your investigators run out of gas on the road. So yeah, they have worldwide shipping. Throwing that out there. Thanks again to Chaosium for sponsoring the Calyx. We appreciate them so, so much and love the system. Okay, we're gonna bring our investigators back in and get right back into it. We have Aabria Iyengar as Cass Silverfish Sterling.
Yeah.
Paula Deming as Miranda May.
My brain is exploding right now.
Rosemary. And Erika Ishii playing Winter Solstice.
Now, how do you do?
Amazing. All right.
Pretty bad.
So right before our pee break, Cass had slammed the door between the library and the kitchen shut just as Rosemary was being stabbed viciously. You could hear that squishing, squelching sound of knife going into flesh unmistakably.
Don't like it.
Saw the spurt of blood across the nearest shelf of books.
Sweet. So yeah, Cass slammed the
ruined so
door
many
shut.
books.
I didn't cause the spurt of blood, but I will shut the door and just kind of be against it. Like, what do we do?
Miranda, hold the door. What were you looking at just now, Cass?
Oh, and I run back over to the lectern and can I swivel it around?
It is very heavy, but you can struggle to do it. You might need someone else's help.
I help her.
All right. So the way that this works,
I'm like, yeah, y'all got that. You don't need my strength. I'm busy
what are each of your strength?
trying to solve a puzzle right now. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Mine's 50.
Winter, what is your strength?
50.
Oh, 50.
Okay, awesome. So the way that it works when you work on something together is you subtract anyone except the largest strength or whatever skill it is from the total, and then the person with the highest amount in that rolls for it, but with the other person's strength subtracted from however much it would take to move this thing, just to get into the nitty-gritty of rules for a sec. So who would like to roll? It will be made easier by your friend helping you.
I'll do the roll. I'm due for a success. It's been a while. Yeah. Okay. I got a 37. So
awesome. Yeah. You definitely, the two of you are able to turn this thing around, and you see, just as the picture shows, not only is the wings of the eagle wrapping around the desk of the lectern, but you notice a sigil in the breast.
What is that? This doesn't sound like the one you were describing before.
Oh, Cass. Cass. Geez, sorry, I've forgotten my own name. Miranda looks up from what she's been looking at. What does it look like?
Oh, how would I describe that? It's a C, but badly.
I see, but badly.
So I know that all of these, we need to overlay these symbols onto the number grid, and it'll correspond to different letters. Can I roll for a hint for like how to get for sort of like a hint how to get started for this one. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And as you go to do that, from the hall near the front door, Rosemary walks in. Would anyone like a drink?
No.
Has anyone seen Jeremiah, my husband?
Uh,
We've been married over 50 years, you know. But
Can Miranda go over to Rosemary and I don't care that it's awkward. Inspect her for wounds.
Absolutely. But first, you're all going to need to roll sanity, please.
oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Why am I so bad at understanding how these dice work? I rolled a 10 on one and a 2 on the other. Is
That's a
that
total
12?
of 12.
Thank you. God, I'm so bad at percentile. My brain breaks.
Just
Cool, I'm fine
pretend
then.
whatever's on the tens digit, it's an X instead of a 0.
Yeah.
And you have to
That
fill in
helps.
the X.
That's what for some reason, when it comes to the ones and the zeros, I am.
It's a lot. It's like binary. Yeah. No one.
Thank you, everyone.
Got a
Thank you.
99.
Probably a great idea.
I got
Oh.
a 99.
Oh, no.
Winter's
no.
about to lose her mind.
No.
Okay. Winter, you know, you live in a mobster world.
Oh, no.
Seeing someone murdered and someone slam the door on it and not go to help that person, that doesn't provoke a sanity check for you. But when that same person that you thought you just heard viciously murdered in the next room comes in from the other direction, that'll send you for a loop. Now, if you fail your sanity roll, you're going to take the maximum damage, but it was only a 1d3, so please take 3 sanity loss and describe to me what Winter does.
It's not, I can block it out all I want, I can mind my own business all I want, but it's just not, and she pulls out her gun and points it, puts on the Derringer and points it at Rosemary.
No.
I'm upset, maybe.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong. There's something terribly wrong with this. No.
Winter, maybe we misheard what happened. Maybe we misheard. Just put.
Did you see the splatter of blood? Maybe she's got the right idea.
Spots. She sets her tray down on the table and pulls out a rag and starts cleaning the blood up. And as that happens, it starts to dissolve away in other spots she hasn't even touched. Cass and Miranda, did you pass your sanity rolls?
Yeah, I rolled 12.
I didn't.
Can you please roll a d6 and then divide that by 2, and that's the damage you'll take, Cass.
Okay, 2. Whoopsie.
This is not all right with you. You've seen a lot of things. You've seen a lot of people stuffed in trunks. That's the business that you're in. Usually they're bad people, but Rosemary is not bad people. And she is back from the dead, it seems. Winter, what would you like to do?
What?
Let's initiate combat, shall we?
Okay.
All right, so the way that combat round...
Oh no!
I mean, Rosemary's not really one to fight, but when you pull a gun on someone. So combat rounds work in dexterity order. So let's see. That would be in that I think Winter would act first. And then Cassidy and Miranda have the same dex. So I'm going to go off your move rate, which is the same. All right. We'll just say it's Cass because she's the boss.
Do Cass because I'm not into it. Miranda's like, I don't want to fight. This is fine. Everything's fine. There is a reasonable explanation for what is going on in violence. We do not. I need both of you to help me solve this puzzle.
Shoot her, please, or I will.
Winter, what would you like to do?
She takes the Derringer and she like smacks her over the head with it. She like tries to knock her out.
To Rosemary?
Mhm.
Excellent. Give me a brawl check. Using your Derringer pistol as a blunt weapon.
I failed. That's a straight fail.
You just sort of like biff her on the shoulder. Oh,
It's a small gun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry if you didn't like your tea. Was it too hot?
and then she takes her broken teacup shards that were sitting on the table from where Cass had placed them, and smashes them back onto your shoulder, Winter. Let's see. And your
Rosemary.
It doesn't seem to have much effect on you.
Ah! I'm sorry.
You bitch.
Cass, what would you like to do?
Cass looks over and goes, yes, the gun. Bad flex. And I'm going to go over. I want to try to pull the gun out of Winter's hands and use it the other way. I don't like it and I don't trust it.
Okay, you're moving over. Winter was just, a couple paces away in this large library. You grab the gun, and then you're gonna fire. Should I? Yeah. Okay. Give me a firearms check.
Sweet. I'm actually pretty good at guns.
Now this is point blank. You're just shooting Rosemary.
Yeah. I'm just shooting Rosemary.
Okay.
And I get it with a 32 under my 45.
Can you describe to me where you aim and how you kill this woman at point blank range?
Oh, if it's going to be point blank, then the person, and this is like a little meta, but the person she was trying to call was the mob boss that owns the Thirsty Fish along with her. She's not afraid of violence and knows that this is a hard, cruel, bloody world. And she takes the Derringer out of Winter's hand and just puts it point blank at her forehead and just says, well, here's hoping you can't die twice, and just pulls the trigger.
Glass of water.
And she falls backwards just like a board, just boom, boom. On
Cass, didn't you hear her say?
Your own face, Cass. You are covered in Rosemary's blood.
Cass, didn't you hear the woman? She said, "Not again," which means she's gonna come right back.
Okay.
I take
Okay.
I take the Derringer back.
For sure.
Well done, and quick reflexes and all that. But there's she's coming back.
We need Miranda to see and be on board because she's our heaviest hitter and doesn't seem quite bought in on what we're all dealing with right now.
There is a reasonable explanation, except now there's a dead lady in front of us.
Miranda, you yourself told us about the spyglass. You understand that there's things that happen that are beyond the ken of sight.
No, that was a trick. That was me remembering incorrectly. I was a kid, okay? I don't know what I saw, okay? I don't know what I saw, okay? So it was fine. There's nothing. There's a reasonable explanation.
Miranda, even if there is a reasonable explanation, at the very least, you've got to trust us. If you don't trust your eyes and you don't trust your memory, at least trust your two business associates who have never steered you wrong.
You
and I have known each other since you were on the streets.
Yes, I know.
All right.
So what do you want from me? What, we just need to stare at her until she comes back to life?
No, we've got some time. If you want to solve your puzzle, solve it now. But there is something deeply wrong here, and we've got to go.
Okay, well.
Okay, so what did you want me to roll for like a puzzle hint for like a starting point? Like
your intelligence.
That was a pass. Just barely pass.
Can I also try to roll?
Which puzzle? Yeah, which puzzle were you looking into, Winter? Were you looking into the eagle lectern or the
tie?
The tie. Excellent. Aha, the tie. Hold on, let me
tie.
rearrange my scroll here.
Because there's some way that this shape lines up with these numbers, and then the
Right.
numbers
Right. So
correspond with letters. Oh.
Okay. So
That's sure. I
Miranda
never
is
would have figured
working
that
on
out.
the table. There's a dead body on the floor, and Miranda's talking through how she thinks this goes to this. And Winter walks over, takes the pen, and just goes 6 2 1 2 1 3 5. Done, and spells out
I
for
go,
you a
What?
word, and that word is obstacle.
Oh.
Of course it is. Should have seen it. Should have seen it the whole time.
To solve the puzzle, the circle in each sigil represents the number at the start of the word. Yes, this is all what you read before in the book that you found with the bookmarks in it. Here's what I wanted to show you. One more thing that you didn't notice in the book before, Miranda, that you are working off of, looking back and forth. It says Saturn's correspondences or associations for spells concerning certain spheres or desires are protection spells, warding, and banishing. To create a sigil, the magician first selects a word that is both synonymous with one of the planet's correspondences and represents their goal or intention. The letters of the word are then converted into numbers using the following chart, which you've already figured out.
So
And
that
Winter
was-
just crushed.
So that bust represents an obstacle then. That is maybe some sort of protection spell? It's an obstacle to something coming into the house. That's why it's looking out the window, maybe?
perhaps.
Just then, you hear the knocker and an old doorbell that plays several notes of a little tune, and you hear down the stairs, possibly dressed in finery now, is everything okay? Yeah.
Yeah, my green screen just went away.
Oh, got it. Oh, it's beautiful. You look great on green.
Oh, I got that.
You hear Veronica and Augustus rushing down the stairs. Our guests are here. Oh, please come into the dining room. Please come meet our guests. Come. Yes, we have more guests. Everything is excellent. And you hear the door open and a gentleman's voice. Hello. Yes. Augustus. Yes, sir. Lester. Hello, Lester.
It's Lester. Okay. What if we try and sneak out right now and we just take Lester's card and we get out of here?
As you all return towards the table, when you turn back towards the door where Rosemary's body had fallen, there is no one.
No!
You hear from the hallway a tinkling of a tray and glasses being set down. What would everyone like to drink?
Did we figure out what's written on the eagle yet?
Okay, so that one has to line up.
I believe it might be 723-865. I'm not quite certain yet, though.
723-865. And if it is, then that could be the following letters. 2. So the 7 is either GP or Y. The 2 is either
PY. 2 is
3 is
Just a little hint.
79.
Yep.
79.
So it's 799165?
799-165. Okay, that's gonna make a better word than what I had going here.
799-165. So GPY.
9 is IRR.
RIR. CLU. AL. Oh, AJS.
As you are working out this puzzle, Veronica peeks her head into the library. You three, we've been looking everywhere for you. Well, not really. This is the first place I looked. Come, you must meet our friends.
I
And
see.
she looks fabulous, let me tell you. She's got a classic 1920s headwear on.
ready for a party.
As she goes over to resume the locked arm, she's going to whisper prison to the group.
Prison.
Yeah, prison. Wait,
trapping-
no.
Damn, okay.
No,
Maria.
there's no, that doesn't, I don't think that.
799, that gives me P. 9 gives me R. 9 again gives me I.
Yeah.
S comes from 1.
It makes sense. Obstacle
Oh, is
and then
there,
prison.
I might have more than, oops. I might have accidentally added more than one thing. Oh, yes. All right. Yes, prison. Yes, you're correct.
Okay, something's an obstacle, something's a prison. Are we trapped here? Okay.
Everything all right, Miranda? Ready for
Everything's-
dinner? I hope you brought your appetite. Says she's locked arm in arm.
Everything's fine. I'm not real hungry though, but everything's super fine.
When you see what
Fine.
Rosemary whipped up, you'll change your mind. She pulls you into the hall, Cass, and you see not just one gentleman, but many. Augustus is standing with the door open, shaking hands. And he says, Lester, hello. Hello, Lester, hello, Lester. And you see that everyone has identical clothing and an identical face.
What?
Please roll for sanity.
Oh, God, no. I
I'm sorry,
don't.
they're all
22. Whew.
Oh, good. 6.
Do we all see it?
You are right behind, I assume. Yeah, you can't look away when
They're
there's a
all
sanity
Lesters?
roll play.
Okay, that's good again. Okay, I passed again. Somehow I'm passing all my sanity checks.
All right, you are going to lose 1 sanity regardless, Miranda. And same to Cass, you passed 2, Winter?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very good pass.
Awesome. Okay, everyone loses 1 sanity because you are seeing. Let's see. The table is set for 22, and that means 17 Lesters have walked into the house, and they are filing into the room past the lounge, down the hallway on the right. Is the second door on the right is what seems to be the dining room.
Excuse me. If I could, if I could have everyone's attention for just a moment.
They
I'm
all
so
simultaneously turn their heads to you.
Oh, and she kind of slowly disengages from Veronica and says, you, your family, and all of you lovely gentlemen, men, have been so gracious, and I would love, if I could just, before we start dinner, get everyone's appetites rumbling with a little song. Now I'm something of a songbird back in Gloucester, and I would be just so pleased if I could share my gift with you before the dinner begins.
Excellent. Can you roll for? I need some sort of
Charm?
it could be charm. It could be fast talk. It could be something in that category of interpersonal.
Yeah, let's go charm, baby.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to use 6 luck points to get it down to 50.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, I'm running out of luck. That's fine. We're fine. This is fine.
It's fine. This is fine. It's all fine. It's
Yep.
fine. This is fine.
They all look confused. And I'm Lester. Hello, I'm Lester. And they say to you as they change direction and start heading into the lounge, where it seems there's sort of like a natural built-in stage in front of the fireplace.
Yeah. And she's immediately gonna go up to the stage and make a very big to-do and keep trying to wave both Winter and Miranda back out of the room with the other symbols, and then begin singing.
Excellent. As they're doing that, Cass, you are entertaining, and everyone's really into it. You see Rosemary, Jeremiah's still missing, but Augustus is there, as well as Veronica and 17 Lesters.
Jeremiah is
are
in the stew.
loving
I'm
this.
calling it.
I want you to roll for arts and crafts singing,
Yes.
just to hear how good your song is. And Winter and Miranda, what are you doing in the library?
Okay, so the eagle was in which corner?
The east.
Was the east, and then
Mhm.
and then
The lead
bus
dude
was
was
south.
south. So we
Yeah.
need to look north and west. Which one do you want to take?
So let's split up. I hate to say it, but
I
perhaps,
think we should.
all right. I'll head north.
All right, I'll go west.
Excellent.
Back here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I rolled an 18. Can I use 8 of my luck points to get down to an extreme success?
Wow.
I mean, this is just for flavor, but if you want to tell me what happens if something else happens because of this extreme success, then yeah, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, okay. I definitely want to. And I know that they can do it. They're smart and they're strong. I just need to give them time. And if I can like ensorcel the Lesters and the Waylands, like she will do as long of a set as she can get away with to buy enough time to figure out what's going on and to get the other two space to find a solution.
Okay, I like that. Let me roll a d4 and see.
Cass is playing the time game. Like she's like, all right, I've got an hour, hopefully, as long as Jim isn't also a
hour?
Lester. So she's just trying to run down the clock.
Where are my d4?
that's right,
Do you
we
roll a
have to fill in
d4 for
an
me?
hour.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So Winter, you are heading north, and that seems to be if the east wall was where the eagle was, right behind you, then you're going to turn left, and that's the kitchen where the door was slammed and the blood splattered.
Cool.
And Miranda, there's the hallway that's
Uh-huh.
slightly to your right. That's going to take you
Mhm.
back north. To go directly west, there's actually a door from the library to another room that's adjoining that you haven't been in yet.
I'm gonna push it open
All right.
if I can. If it's not locked.
It's not locked, no. And let's follow Miranda. Miranda, in there you see the dining table set for 22. It's a long, beautiful table, blue paneling with long mirrors on either side of the room to make it appear longer. And then there is a window on the east wall. You see ornaments along. What do you call those long things that you keep the silverware in?
The runner.
Like the credenza. Yes.
Credenza. Thank you. That's the perfect word I was looking for. There's a long credenza spanning almost as long as this table that seats 11 people on each side.
I rolled a 2 for what it's worth.
You rolled a 2. Okay, perfect. So we'll give them 2 little rounds of action while you're singing and enchanting them. The Lesters start dancing with one another. It's a very jazzy sort of like a
As they
ragtime-
dance,
Yeah.
they go, I'm
And,
Lester. I'm Lester. I'm Lester.
Lesters are dancing with the Waylands as well as with each other. They're taking each other's arms and spinning and dancing in time. And Miranda,
Mhm.
what would you like to do in this dining room?
I am looking for anything else that looks like it might be heavy items that might have one of these symbols on it.
Sure, give me a spot hidden roll.
Come on, you jerk. Ooh, that's a 21. Okay, so that's a hard success.
Excellent. All right, a hard success. So you're looking at the credenza on the other side of the room. You walk over and there's all sorts of little animal figurines there. You see
Like a glass menagerie.
There's a glass menagerie. There's little giraffes and bears and all types of different materials. Some are carved of wood, some are blown glass. And in the center there is a doily. And on the doily you see an ox statuette that looks to be made of a rather heavy metal.
All right, I'll pick it up and examine it and see if I can find the symbol we're looking for on it.
Indeed, that would be a logical thing for me to have had already.
I felt that. I felt that in my soul.
This is what you see. Facing
Oh yeah.
again,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
facing out the window with its head. Doily not pictured.
So that's probably starting with a 4. It's so hard to know how these exactly line up. Can I just because Paula's not good at this,
Roll for intelligence.
Yeah,
and let's see
thank
if
you.
you know which numbers they line up with.
I feel like it's gonna start with a 4, but the rest I don't know. Come on. That is a 30. So that should be good because my intelligence is 75.
Then I should scroll down.
Yeah, boy. I mean, that's not period talk, but yeah, boy.
This portal of truth. I don't know if you saw how aptly it was named.
So it's okay. So it's actually 2, 9, 5, 4. Okay. So that is. I've got a thing. All right. Great. Good. So, so that's BK or T.
Could be kind.
IR. Ooh. Oh yeah. Team members. And then 4 is D.
Or
and
bind.
V. Bind. Ooh, I bet it's bind because everything else is about obstacle prison.
Yep.
I bet it's bind. Okay.
Winter, you headed through the kitchen where you have been before. And as you keep walking, do you do anything in the kitchen, or do you want to keep heading north?
I'm gonna keep heading north.
All right. And the
Unless
next,
there's anything that sticks out to me at all in the kitchen.
you're walking from the library, and to your left is the storeroom where Rosemary went to find more tea, and what you think might be a pantry over beside it. And then there is a doorway if you keep going straight ahead that looks like it's sort of was once like some sort of patio, like a covered space, sort of access room. The floor is concrete and it is painted a bright, brilliant white. The floor it seems out of place because it's just starkly clean, and you see pieces of chalk in the corners. There's little in this area that's cleanly painted, but then if you look off to the side, you'll see stacked furniture. There seems to be beds that have been disassembled with the headboards and the footboard, 2 sets of drawers, and big wardrobes with double doors, all stacked up in one corner of this storeroom. But there seems to be more house continuing. There's not a window in front of you. There's another room.
All right, I'll continue on to the other room. The floor, if I look at it, you said there's chalk in the corners?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in any sort of particular pattern, or is it just...
It's the chalk itself. It's not drawings.
Interesting. I'm going to pick up one of the pieces of chalk.
Excellent. It's just regular white chalk, like a school.
All right.
School teacher would have.
And like I scuff the floor with my heel briefly. Is it freshly whitewashed, or?
It doesn't seem like it was just painted, but the sole of your shoe makes a stark black line on the white paint.
I scuff a little bit more.
It doesn't seem to be coming up or anything. It's just you're making marks with your shoe.
I see. All right. I continue on to the next room.
Excellent. There are 2 doors in front of you, one to the left and one to the right. The one on the right you see is open, and you can see some washing machines in it. The one to the left is closed. They're both in front of, on the wall opposite you, like directly north. Both the doors are.
Directly north.
But left and right of each other.
All right. I'll open the closed door. Well, do I hear anything first?
Oh, give me a listen roll.
16. Yes, 16. So
You
that's
grab
passed.
the doorknob and twist it slightly before you pause. And as you put your ear to the door and listen, you hear scratching. Sounds like nails against wood.
Oh, God. Dead wife.
I take a quick look at the washing machines and see if there's anything heavy in that room.
Just 2 washers against the south wall and some lines of clothing lines, but there's no clothes hanging from them.
Damn it. I pull out my pistol.
Excellent.
And I have the Derringer at the ready. And I burst open the door.
Okay. As you do, the scratching stops. You look around and you see a simple servant's quarters. It has 2 twin beds and 2 night tables. There's a carriage clock on one of them. And on each bed is a still packed suitcase. Or a packed suitcase, rather.
I quickly open each of the suitcases. I flip open one of the suitcases.
You see on the closer bed to you, there is women's clothes, and there are photographs that are of Paris, and there are some of New York, and every picture is of either Rosemary or Jeremiah, and they seem to have taken some sort of vacation. Some of the clothes that you see in the photographs are still neatly packed, so neatly, square corners in the suitcase.
I rifle through.
Nothing else of note.
Both and in both of them, or was that just one of the suitcases?
That was the suitcase on the bed on the left, and then on the right you find men's clothes and no pictures or anything. Just simple stuff. It seems nothing that resembles the uniform type get-up that you've seen him wear. All very casual clothes. One suit that is a little ratty and ragtag on the edges, but nothing else of note in the suitcase.
Anything on the back of the photographs? Or anything unusual about them?
Yes, there's a date. And, we should mention that the year now is 1922. And these are dated 1921.
Very old. All right. I searched the rest of the room. Is there anything else that's heavy? Anything facing at the windows?
Funny you should ask.
I bet it's not funny.
Facing the window on the north side of the building, and there's various knickknacks, but your eye is trained and is immediately drawn to a large lion that is extremely heavy when you try to pick it up. Sorry, not large. It's about 4 by 8 inches. Statuette. Let me find you a pretty picture. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Uh-oh. Hold on, that was Portal of Truth. The wrong portal. It's not true. It's lies.
The wrong portal.
The wrong portal.
Not a Cthulhu game.
The tentacle just pops out of a hole. Wrong portal.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, goodness. That one is
Yeah.
somewhat difficult to see. So perhaps...
It looks like there is a circle on the top right portion of it and a small line in the center portion. Where it is.
So perhaps 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 4, 4, 3.
Oh, sorry, you need that.
I'm sorry. 4, 3, 1, 5. Perhaps. Oh, that's a very long one.
Let's see here. Hold on. Let me pull it up. You guys are very good at these.
Not me.
Okay, well, somebody here that's also very good at singing and helping out some Lesters to enjoy their evening.
Helping some Lesters.
Helping out some Lesters.
I would like to change my name to just a Lester helper. I'm just replacing songs from like the 20s, like jazzy songs, and just wherever I can fit in Lester, I am putting it in there. Play to your
Some
crowd.
Lester to watch.
Yep. Lester! You give me Lester. What a lovely Lester, Lester. It's just Smurf at the end of the song.
As you all are, let's head on back to the lounge as Winter is checking out the servants' quarters and what she found on the lion statuette. Cass, it seems like the Lesters are getting a bit bored of. Can you roll for singing one more time and see if they look hungry? They look.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, 45. What's my sheet say? Okay, 45. It's a success. It's under 50.
All right. The Lesters keep on singing and dancing, except for one of them that has wandered into the dining room and finds you, Miranda.
Mr. Goodman?
Hello, I'm Lester Goodman. I'm a purveyor of fine goods and services. Are you interested? I have a card somewhere here.
Sure, I'll take your card, but you should know you're giving it to your competition. And I put my hand on my tire iron again.
When you look down at it, there's nothing written there.
Mr. Goodman, how did you get here? I got so southern just then I didn't mean to. How did you get here? Mr. Goodman, how did you get here today?
Why, I drove in my car.
And did all the other Lesters drive in their cars too? Or did you all come in one?
I'm sure I don't understand.
And he turns to the table and there's some bread bowls sitting there. He grabs one and casually bites.
So, you like antiques, eh? Maybe I could interest you in something I found. It's called a beacon of light.
Is that the lamp that you gave? Oh gosh, you want me to look at it right now?
Sure. It's out in my car. Do you want to come?
Yes, because I want to see what the car situation is in case we can use it to get out of here, but it feels like such a bad idea.
Well, my lady, right this way.
And he offers his elbow to you.
How do I... Can I... Oh, there's no way I can leave any sort of sign or note to anyone about where I've gone. I'm like, can I spill some ketchup and write car on the table in it? But that's not. There are no squeeze bottles back in this time. I will...
Food has not been served yet. It's just the fine cutlery and silver plates and the bread bowls and candles.
Okay.
Candles have been burning for quite some time on the table. But
there...
of course, they're not dripping.
No, of course they aren't. Of course they aren't. Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll just go. Sure, Mr. Goodman, but I don't need a man to lean on to walk out. I'll just walk beside you.
Oh, no. Yes.
I don't want to touch him.
And let me just say, I'm a man that enjoys a firm woman, a tall woman, a
Great. Thanks,
beautiful
Lester.
oak tree of a woman.
You know, men think that it is, like, they like to compare a tall woman to a tree, but I gotta say, like, I don't think it's as appealing a compliment as you think it is, but,
Hey, out of character?
Note of
Yeah.
that.
I would never call you an oak tree, Aabria.
Sorry, go.
All right, Miranda.
all right, I'll go with him.
Do you lead the way or does he?
He leads the way. Because I want him to show me where the cars are. Well, I hope that there is a car that maybe we can get.
He walks out of the dining room and into the hall. He glances over his shoulder slyly. He has a little sultry walk.
All right, Lester, come on down.
The Lester Goodman's the name. Did I tell you?
Yes, you
And
did.
he goes to the front door, to that beautiful mosaic door, grabs the knob and opens the door and says, "After you, my dear, my vertical flowing river."
Vertical flowing river. You know what, Lester, really? After you. I'm right behind you.
You open your mouth to say that, but as you look up, there's nothing but bricks here. Where you used to see the untended garden. As you start hyperventilating, can you
Yeah.
check your sanity?
Yeah. Oh, bad. It's bad. 85. And my sanity, and right now I'm at 53. So 85 is what I rolled.
Can you roll a d6 for me? Because
I sure can.
as you glance around and you can peep into the lounge from here, you see that those windows, they're bricks too.
They're all bricked up. How did this happen? I rolled a 6.
Miranda,
Mm-hmm.
this is the moment
Oh, no.
where you start to believe. Ever since you were a young girl and you looked through that spy glass
Yeah.
and you saw ungodly creatures moving around.
It wasn't my imagination, was it?
I don't think that it was, Miranda. Lester smiles at you and he just pulls his mouth back into
No.
the widest
No.
grin and he says, "Let me show you the lamp." And he
I
reaches
don't.
into his own mouth and he starts to try and pull out like a lantern.
I pull out my tire iron and I whack him with it.
Excellent. Give me a fighting brawl roll.
Do I lose 6 points of sanity? Is that what happened also, by the way?
Yeah, you do lose 6 points of sanity, which Miranda May means you go temporarily insane and you're not completely in control of your actions.
Sure not.
I'm fighting brawl roll. Did you succeed? Oh, good, because you start hitting yourself with the tire iron.
It's a crit fail. I rolled a 100.
You start slamming the tire iron into yourself.
Make it stop.
Do you have a D4?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. I got you. Okay, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do yours.
Before Veronica bursts out of the lounge, she tears herself away from dancing with Lester and Cass's incredible singing and runs out and rips the tire iron out of your hands as you're just laughing hysterically.
He opened his mouth and he pulled a lamp out of it. We are bricked in. We are bricked
He's
in.
still
We
trying
can't get
to
out.
pull that lantern out of his mouth. As Veronica tries to comfort you, she seems not to notice him at all. And Winter, you hear from behind you a bang underneath. Coming from below the floor. You feel the floor underneath you shake. You turn around and there is a rug, a ratty old blue rug in the middle, a little round thing, and it starts to push up from the middle. Winter solstice.
Something is pushing up from the rug. Is that what you just said?
From the rug. You hear something slamming from beneath the floorboards. And you see the rug go boom, boom, start to push up.
I tear out of there.
All right, as you do, if you glance back over your shoulder, you see that
I do not.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. You peer back through the house and you hear footsteps coming behind you. Cass, in the lounge, everyone is clapping and cheering and cheersing one another. They all have champagne glasses that have somehow were passed out by Rosemary. Everywhere, everyone's cheersing with them. All the Lesters. Ah, indeed. And Augustus comes up and grabs your hand and says, "My dear, I've never heard such an incredible singing voice since my own Evangeline. A beautiful woman. Some days I feel like she's still with us."
Oh, no.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Are you sure this has reunited and reignited my love of song and music, and I feel like I could sing forever here with you, for you, if you want it.
Shall we all head into the meal?
Yes.
And Augustus heads in, the Lesters follow, and they all start sitting down. Actually, they stand and wait because the ladies haven't come in and sat yet. They're waiting for you. They're all standing behind chairs.
When I walk out into the hallway, do I see Miranda?
Breathlessly comes running out and I imagine slams the library door behind you.
This is me? Wait, or is that Winter coming through?
Miranda's in the hallway. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see Cass walk into the hall to get into the dining room, and I go... I just start crying as soon as I see Cass, and I run over, and I just cling to her, and I am tall, so I'm like kind of over. I'm like kind of bent over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There. What happened?
Why did you let me bring the tire iron into this house?
Wait, does
She's
anyone
bleeding a little bit from her own ear.
What are you? And I try to where is it? Where's the tire iron? What are you doing?
I believe it's in Veronica's hand.
Veronica has it now.
Okay.
I grab Cass's face and go, Cass, I don't think we can get out of here. I think we're trapped. All the doors and windows are bricked up, and one of the Lesters tried to pull a lamp out of himself.
He has since tucked it back down and said, "Maybe another time," and walked off towards the dining hall.
I want to grab her.
Another world are here.
Yeah, I grab her face back once she sort of takes a breath, and I'm like, Miranda May, I need you to listen to me. We have seen things. You tell that story over and over, and I am so sorry that I never took you more seriously.
It's real.
But it's all real, and all we need to do right now, the only thing we focus on, is getting out of here alive. Okay?
How do we get out of the bricks? I'm looking around too.
Miranda is still temporarily insane. So describe to me how the bricks make you feel.
The bricks are they're closing in on me right now. Is that happening to you? Like the bricks are brick. I can't move. I can't move because I think the bricks are bricking me into place. Miranda is convinced now that the bricks are closing in on her and trapping her in, and she can't move, and she is frozen to the spot.
Absolutely. All right. Now, with temporary insanity, I rolled a D10, and you are insane for 2 rounds, FYI. Okay. So you're bricked in to your own mind at the moment.
Cass is going to once again make sure that tire iron is not in her hand before she hauls off and slaps the crap out of Miranda. I need you to get it together. You're the only one here that can fight. Since I didn't think to bring a gun with me, and I need you to unbrick yourself and go. Can you do that for me?
I think I have to be insane for a little while longer.
Okay, can you just... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best object work. I'm going to try to open up one of the bricks and just pass the flask into the bricked wall. Go ahead and sip that real quick. I'm going to need you to come sit with me whenever you decide that wall time is enough. I'm going to go find Winter Solstice. Okay.
I got to stay here, but I'll find you as soon as the bricks let me go. Okay, Cass, I promise.
Understandable. Mm-hmm. Oh!
Yes, as you turn around, Miranda is now behind you. You can see into the dining room, and you see all the Lesters and the Waylands standing behind chairs, just staring straight ahead, each of them.
All of you dolls, I need to freshen up in the powder room. There in a minute.
You see 19 heads simultaneously turn towards you and say, "But of course," it's simultaneously.
Oh, I hate that. I will. Oof. At my first opportunity, I will be putting myself in that imaginary wall. Seems like the right call, and I'm just gonna run off, going winter, winter, winter.
I come tearing down the hall. And I see Cass, and I run into Cass. It's like, there's something. Is there something behind me? Do I still hear the footsteps?
They disappeared as you slammed the door in the library. Just FYI, since you have explored, I'll give you a little floor plan action.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just busted into this hallway here.
Copy.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see anything behind you.
There might have been something behind me. I'm gonna mind my own business though, because that's gotten me as far as I have now. Listen, okay, bondage. I think it's bondage. The North word.
Bondage. Okay. Oh, I didn't get the word from Miranda. She's having a bit of a timeout. Oh, yeah. So that's happening.
All right. We'll just have to wait for her. We gotta go up the stairs. We gotta see what's upstairs.
What's up? Oh, okay. Sweetie, when you're done in the wall, meet us upstairs.
Okay, I will.
And I want to.
Can we bring her with us?
She's not actually walled in, so you could drag her.
All right.
I think that you're going to have to do a contested strength roll.
Cass and I'll. What is your strength? Cass, we're both 50?
Yeah,
we're
all
all
50, so I'm helping you.
43.
I fail. I rolled a 93, so
Okay,
I
awesome.
definitely fail.
Try to
I
hold your
do.
spot, but they just immediately drag you off your
All
center
right,
of gravity.
we
and up
got
the
you,
stairs.
Miranda.
I'm free.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It's
free.
all right. It's all right.
You start to get your cool back a little bit, Miranda.
Okay.
You've got your friends here now.
So we pick her up and we start ascending the stairs.
I'm sorry.
And
I don't
as
know
you
what
do,
came
you
over me.
see Veronica start to head towards you from upstairs. But Cass could have sworn she was just in the dining room. Won't you be joining us for dinner? Do you like my hat?
Your hat. I find it fascinating. Powder room.
Certainly.
We'll meet you down
Join
there.
us in the dining room. And she walks past you on the stairs.
All right, we continue on up the stairs.
Yep.
Excellent. When you get to, I need to stop saying excellent. I'm sorry.
No,
Everything you guys do is
good.
excellent.
I'm into
My
it.
favorite word, and now
I
I'm
like
noticing. Okay, so the base of the stairs is closest to the front door, and then you're walking up, and the landing. There's another hallway. You've been up here before. There was the water closet, and there are 3 rooms off of that hallway, all with their doors shut tightly. Let's go with cardinal directions. There's one like basically above the lounge. That's not cardinal. They're on the west side of the house. So there's one above the lounge, there's one above the dining room, and there's one above the library, basically.
Oh, I found another word. I think it might be bind.
Bind. All right.
Which direction was that in?
Oh, that was west.
Okay.
And it was on an ox, if that matters. I don't know if it will.
Ox,
So
eagle, a guy.
Man, eagle, ox, lion.
bondage, prison, obstacle, and bind.
Bind.
Does that mean anything to you? You're the one that messes with antiquities.
Does it mean anything to me?
Okay.
Roll for occult.
All right, let's do it.
And I'm also going to think back to see if there's anything that I remember from my studies.
Excellent.
Ooh, This was good.
Ooh,
That was a hard success, actually.
I have an extreme success
Awesome.
Nice.
Wait, which stat are you looking at, Winter?
for education.
Oh, okay. I would have
that
made you roll a skill because your characteristics are always higher, but maybe like library use or something because I think you have some skill there.
Library use. That would still be an extreme success.
Awesome. All right. So you're thinking back to what these 4 things may mean. And Miranda, you're thinking back specifically to the handout that the book that you read about. If you flip the cover to the cover, you would have seen it was about Saturn specifically.
Oh, that's
there
right.
was many chapters on its properties of lead, and it is the planet associated with binding spells. You would know
That's
as someone very
right.
familiar with occult and with occult things as well as Winter, because you're just bookworm. You just know a little bit about everything, and you see that maybe someone was trying to trap something here. Who knows?
Remembering that, of course, we're Saturn. The whole book was about the planets and their different properties. Lead, it's all used to trap something.
Are you back in the wall
and-
again? Nothing you're saying is making sense to me.
Since you guys both rolled so well, or you folks rolled so well, I will tell you that you also are aware that because of the shape, this north, south, east, and west configuration, you can feel that it's trying to trap something inside, and those specific objects may have something to do with that.
Yeah. I think so. Something is being trapped inside the house. It has to do with the objects we found.
I mean, they did say they don't leave very often.
Maybe he lost his wife. Maybe he's trying to trap people in with him just to keep him company. That seems not specific enough.
Perhaps they are the ones that have been trapped.
That
Is what Cass is saying.
You're right. But who and why? You saw a shadow, didn't you?
yeah. So that's actually more reason for me to not want to go back outside if I'm being super honest.
Okay.
Can I have everyone roll for spot hidden?
Ooh, I rolled a 9.
That's good.
I have a success.
I am 5 points away from a success, but since 2 people rolled, maybe I saved my luck points.
Miranda, you're still puzzling out, trying to remember what you saw in that Saturn book downstairs, while Winter and Cass start looking at each other with this sort of face. You look over the water closet, but it's not there. What is that smell?
It's all their dead bodies.
You both smell a distinct scent of something odd. Something overripe in the worst way.
Where is it coming from?
It's coming from the west. No, east. Oh gosh, east and west are really hard for me. There are 2 doors on the east wall and one on the north wall. There's the bathroom on the south wall.
Can we tell which room the smell is coming from?
It smells like it's coming from, well, you notice, along with those incredible spot hidden rolls, a light dusting of sand all over the hallway. And it seems to be built up more around the door. If you're facing the wall of doors on your left, there's some sand at the bottom and built up around the floor. And then the other one is where you definitely feel like it's wafting from underneath.
Okay, I smell it too, and I know what you're thinking, which is to see it, but what if we didn't? What if we just...
Minded our own business.
Okay, come on. I walk over with Winter.
Miranda looks up and goes, "What?
Evan?
What are you guys doing?"
You at least pull the gun out, and I'll get the door.
I pull the derringer.
Sweet. And I throw open the door.
2, 1, go!
That seems like a great place to end it for the night.
Back up!
No, but then it was just like a pony and the door out. And it was
I don't
fine.
think it's a pony, and I don't think the word is kind, and I don't think it's love or friend or happiness.
I wanted it to be kind because I needed a nice thing.
Well, friends, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Calyx. Paula Deming, Aabria Iyengar, Erika Ishii. You three are fantastic and three of the best investigators ever. I'm very impressed by your puzzle solving. The puzzle was icing on the cake.
All Aabria. It was
Yes,
all
it's
Aabria.
all Aabria.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Aabria.
You know, you could have just rolled for it, and I kept it in there because the writer put this cool puzzle. And you know, some people love puzzles, some people don't, and I'm very, very impressed that you were able to get those.
You also got bondage and obstacle. It was a group effort.
Right, they were your favorite words to begin with. I get it. Well, thanks so much to everybody in chat, giving all the love. We appreciate it so much. Let's say goodnight and go around, and everybody, now is a great time if you want to shout out other places people can find you, what you've been up to, whether you have a really cool show about pirates that launched today. Well, let's just start with Aabria then.
Hi, I have a show that's just like that. How wild. Today was the premiere of the Dimension 20 side quest Pirates of Leviathan. It comes out every week. It premieres on YouTube at 4 p.m. Pacific and then gets thrown behind Dropout's paywall. So be there for the live preview of it. Oh gosh, there's so many things. I'm not going to shout them all out. Just follow me on social media at Quiddy, Quiddie, for my full schedule.
And this has nothing to do with our sponsorship, but Dropout TV is a pretty awesome place. Erika's been on it with your news episodes are freaking hilarious.
Oh my God, breaking news.
Funny breaking news is so funny. Honestly, there's so much good stuff on Dropout, and some of the people that are dearest to my heart have amazing content on there. So yeah, definitely Dropout.
And Erika, you have a role-playing show that is on Dropout. If people go there, they can find.
That's right. So I was in another side quest, the Escape from the Blood Keep, with some incredible role players. It was so fun. It's think the evil guys in Lord of the Rings, only they're abject failures. So it is so much fun. It was so funny. So highly recommend that. I guess I'm in the Marvel's Avengers game. So I'm also if you're listening to Radio Yonder and Fortnite in the cars, like I'm the DJ for that one. That was really
awesome.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so wild. I can finally, like, my mom, when she tells her friends, like, what I do, she's like, oh, Fortnite. And they'll be like, oh, my kid plays that. I understand what
so cool. It's so cool.
When you can put it in terms that your parents can tell their friends, that's when you made it.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that. And follow me at Erika Ishii on Twitter, at the Erika Ishii on Instagram. Gosh, all my friends do amazing things. Yeah.
Amen to that. I hear you. Okay, Paula.
Yes. Okay. A couple quick things. If you like comedy that's about board games, check out Things Get Dicey. You can find it on Twitter at Things Get Dicey, or you can find it on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Paula Deming, or just type in Things Get Dicey into the search bar. It'll come up. So that's sketch comedy about board games. Second thing, if you want to watch me play games live like this, but they aren't RPGs, they're board games. I do that every Wednesday with Gen Con TV on their Twitch channel. I am playing board games there, so check that out. And the third thing I will say is that if you like creepy stuff that's also kind of funny, I am one of 3 hosts on a podcast called Death by Monsters. It is a podcast all about monsters, mysteries, and the unknown. And we do a comedic look at the paranormal, at cryptids, at mysteries, at conspiracies. One of our hosts researches all of these topics, presents them to me and my other host, and we discuss them with varying levels of skepticism. So if you are into that, check that out. I'd love to have you listen. So those are my 3 things I'm going to talk about today.
Can I just say all 3 of you are insanely talented, and I'm just blessed that you're my friends and love you so much. Thank you for playing this game tonight. And you're not done because we have a lot more story to get to the bottom of. So in 2 weeks from today, we will be closing out this adventure for now, but definitely would love to have you guys back again, even after that. This has been so wonderful. I'm Becca Scott, and I'm at the Becca Scott. And if you were watching this, then you are probably on a channel of mine. So please look around and click on other videos. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. And a huge, huge, huge thank you to Chaosium for sponsoring this video. I'm obsessed with Call of Cthulhu, and I hope you are too. And congratulations to everybody in the Twitch chat. Well, everybody for being in the Twitch chat, but specifically to the 5 people who won the giveaway. And we're going to send you a PDF copy of Deadlight and Other Dark Turns, which includes the scenario we're playing through right now. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, everyone.